It's a nice and beautiful day in the city of Asabana. So, warm welcome to you, my wonderful viewers. My name is Uche Onyeji, and the program is a Saturday show live, coming to you from your number one station, NTA Channel 11 Asaba, the station that adds value to society. Today, we are looking at dispute and disagreements in the family. Dispute and disagreements in the family. How do we disagree to agree? But before that time, we have a DJ in the house whom I'll be introducing very soon in the entertainment segment. We also have the health segment. We have the market survey and sports updates. All this just for your viewing pleasure. Just relax and watch as we entertain you, okay? So before much I do, let me kickstart with the entertainment segment. Now, there is a particular job that people do, and you will say, no, this is a man's job. You as a woman, you know, when we have some lady engineers, they will say, how did you get yourself into this profession? That is for the men. But nowadays, no, we don't have a man, we don't have a woman. Once you find yourself that can put food on your table, just go ahead and do it. I've talked so much. The program is a Saturday show, and I have with me my own guest, my own sister, my own friend in the house. She's a DJ. I've let the cat out of the bag, but all the same, let's meet Sandra Chukwuemeka. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, ma.
So, how is everything?
We thank God.
How is the family?
We bless God.
We bless God. Okay, Sandra Chukwuemeka is a DJ. So, you're going to tell us how come DJ of all profession?
Okay, the truth is, I've loved music. Like, I love music a lot.
You have to project for people to hear you.
Okay, I love music a lot. As a child, I grew up in the north with my late mom's elder sister.
Okay.
And then they had this recording studio, So Fine Studio in Zamfara State.
Okay.
So at Tudunwada. So during the holidays, I go there. And I watch how they do things, you understand. Then it was all those big round CDs then. So I would just be there, they'll be doing the recording, I'll just be watching. And with that, I began to develop this love for, okay, maybe when I grow, I don't know how to do this, but I love music. Maybe I'll become an artist or something like that. So that was how I started loving how to, like, I want to do something about music. Yeah.
And
then in 2012, that urge came back again. You understand? But then I was like, no female. I've not seen any female DJ at all. Then I decided to like, okay, let me just wait. Although I wanted to become an actress, but someone was like, no, don't be an actress. You can be something else. So I said, okay. So while I was just like, okay, God, please, I love DJing, but how do I do it? Finally, and now there was this movie series, Empire.
yes.
Yeah, so I was so attached to it.
Is that where you got that name, Cookie Lion?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
She's Sandra Chukwuemeka, also known as Cookie Lion.
DJ Cookie Lion.
DJ. I should specify that.
Yes,
DJ.
yes. So the Jama in that movie series, his DJ was a female. Yes. So that was where I now like, oh, thank God, I could now see a female. Then along the line, I was just watching one program one day on Star Times, and I saw DJ Copy. So I was like, God, thank you, a Nigerian, a DJ. So I started, building that momentum, until 2017. I just told myself, girl, go for it.
So all these people inspired you into putting what you learned years back into practice.
Yes.
Wow. Were you married then?
No.
You were not married?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
How did your husband, I know that you're married now with children,
yes.
How did he see this line that you have to?
Actually, my husband was a DJ before I met him.
Ooh.
Actually, where I went to learn, he was there.
Yes.
So
Okay.
he was our senior boss there. So he's DJ AB.
Okay.
So when I came, I was like, I want to learn DJing and all that. So him and DJ Bojan, they were the ones that tutored me into becoming a DJ.
A DJ.
Yes.
Your children, how do they feel about this?
As at that time, no kids. When I started in 2017, no kids.
But now
I have kids. Before I made up my mind to start having kids, I was now like, as I entered into the thing, I started traveling. So I told myself, no, let me have children first before I go into it, because this entertainment, traveling and all that, you won't have time. And by the time the fame comes and you start getting offers, you won't be able to settle down. So I just said, okay, let me have kids. So I started having kids in 2019. I was pregnant in 2018. So 2019 I had my first son and then my daughter in 2021. So 2023 I decided to start buying all over again, all my equipment, and then I entered into the market 2024.
Okay. When you travel now, do you travel with your children?
No.
Oh, okay. You have somebody taking care of them. Okay. Well, how did you feel? Your first job, your first outing, how was it like?
My first outing, it was like, it was even 3,000 naira.
They paid you?
Yes, because I was still learning. So she was like, yeah, I know you're still learning. She was my former neighbor. Yes, Mommy Debbie. She's into events. She was like, yeah, I know you're still learning, but let me just contract you for this my job. She was like, how much? I said, anything we get, just give me transport. No, just stay buy fuel, take home. So she was like, okay. She was like, how much?
And that time 3,000 was like 20,000.
So she just gave me 3K. So I just we put fuel in the car, set up the instrument, and we played. Yeah.
Apart from these two persons that you mentioned, do you have a mentor? You have another mentor apart from the people you just mentioned?
He's far away. I don't know him. Like, he doesn't know me. He's a DJ Puffy.
Okay.
He's from Barbados. Yeah, he's in fact, whenever I see him, I love DJing more. And then Dope Caesar. She's a female DJ here in Nigeria, and these people, they inspire me a lot.
This question now say, do you prefer mining or creating pre-recorded songs? Do you prefer mining or?
No, we play pre-recorded songs they have already pre-recorded, and that's what we play.
That's what you play.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Is there another thing you want me to know about Cookie Lion, DJ Cookie Lion?
Not really. This is just me, God-fearing, loving God, mother, and just trying to hustle harder and then make good ends meet.
Okay. How do you choose the track that you play? How do you choose it? Do you ask your guests or the people that invited you? Do you ask them what the event is all about?
Okay.
To know whether it's a Christian marriage or burial or things like that. Birthday parties.
Yeah, when you call on phone, we ask you what kind of event.
Okay.
If you say it's a Christian burial, then we know what kind of music we're going to play for. It's going to be Christian or true. If you're calling us for old school, it's for the elderly, like those 70s, from 70s and all that. So we give you old school. And if it's the millennial, we know what to give to you. You understand? So one thing we do when we come into the crowd, we observe our crowd. We see, okay, this kind of genre of music will be good for them, and then we just flow. Yes.
So you don't have anything that you do for me now. All those who now chicky. I'm going to invite you for that specially. Oh, it's been nice having you, Sandra Chukwuemeka, also known as DJ Cookie Lion. Thank you so very much for finding time to be here this morning.
Thank you so
I wish you all the best
Thank you, ma'am.
in your choosing career.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Okay, my viewer, I've had a wonderful chat with DJ Cookie Lion in the studio. Entertaining you. Entertainment is what she knows how to do. Entertaining you, making sure you're happy every now and then. Thank you very much. We are going to take a break. In fact, it's going to be an advert from Sony Japan. Sony Japan. Motors now, Industries, anywhere. Just go there for your alignment, for your tires and every other thing. Go there and meet them, and they will help you out in whatever the problem is with your car. Okay, Sony Japan, if you are ready, let's have your advert rolled now.
This is Sony Japan Autos here in Asaba Ultramodern Mechanic Village. We deal in all kinds of motor spare parts, accessories, batteries, tires.
We have new tires, all brands. We have Joyroot, we have Butu, we have Mirage, we have Double Kings, we have or Stones, so on and so forth. We come to Sunny Japan Autos, opposite Miran Babangida. We sell with guarantees. We give you so that tomorrow you can recommend other persons.
Sunny Japan Autos is the best. When you come, you see everything you need to see and get everything you need to get pertaining servicing of your motors. We operate here in Asaba, Ultra Modern Mechanic Village. You can contact us on 080-350-84889. You can also get us on 080-330-63339. Sunny Japan Autos, it's where it happens.
All right, welcome back. The program is a Saturday show live, and the station is NTA Channel 11 Asaba, the station that adds value to society. Like I told you earlier on, my name is Uche Onyeji, and we are really having fun in the studio. And the reason why we are here is to educate you and get you informed for you to be the person that you want to be for the rest of the weekend. Okay, remember you can watch this production on our social media handle NTA Asaba Live on YouTube and Facebook. Well, before I introduce my guest this morning, what we are looking at is handling disputes and disagreements in the family. So I would like my director to roll the backgrounder to usher in my guest this morning into this particular issue before us. Stay tuned.
Family is a group of people related by birth, marriage, or adoption who shares a bond of love, care, and support. Families provide emotional support, guidance, and a sense of belonging. They play a vital role in shaping our values, beliefs, and identities. Family relationships can be complex and multifaceted, but they are often a source of love, comfort, and strength. In the light of the above, what could be the cause of family disagreements or disputes?
The origin in most situations is finance. Though we have had occasions where even rich families, conflict still exists. So finance is a major issue. Even when it is there, the management of it is an issue.
But if there is distrust between the man and woman, bringing other people to the family, like other family members, like the woman family or the man family, those can cause many problems.
Majorly is financial and lack of communication sometimes.
If it's between spouses, then maybe if it's financial, maybe the husband is insisting on, for example, maybe come and help me, my wife, sharing of responsibility, and that could trigger a dispute in the home.
For a lady and a man to come, both came from different family background. For them to inability to them, for them to unite themselves, it will take a lot of time. I mean, what mainly cost it is different family backgrounds.
Even twins sharing same placenta, they have issues. Yeah. Not to talk of two persons raised by two different people from two different backgrounds. Especially if they are not from same tribe. There must be disagreement.
Handling disputes or disagreement in families requires empathy, understanding, and effective communication. Emotion can run high in family disputes. Calm down before addressing the issue. Express your feelings and concern without blaming or attacking one another.
It can be resolved by just good orientation. That's all I see. Because if you are well oriented, this is how things are done. Your shape of idea, your point of view will look different from the one you have before.
There is always a foundation behind every marriage based on how the couples came together. Religion, maybe traditional religion, Christian religion, Islamic religion. When such issues come up, the regulations for that religion should be adhered to.
But for you to run a home, you need the wisdom from God to run a home. Because to run a home, to keep a home, is not a day tax, it's a continuous affair.
when you know what to do at the right time, do it. Don't wait for either your wife or your husband to remind you. Just do the right thing at the right time. It saves stress. Then stop nagging.
Clearly define the specific issues rather than bringing up past grievances. Look for the areas of agreement and try to find out a mutual beneficial solutions. Disagreement can be resolved by learning to respect each other's different opinions.
All right, welcome back. It's the Saturday show, and we're looking at handling disputes and disagreements in the family. I have my wonderful guest in the studio. I have Honorable Bridget Anyafulu in the studio. Ma, it's nice having you join us today.
My pleasure.
You're welcome to the program.
Yeah.
Okay. And the other guest I have on my left is a pastor in the house, Pastor Samuel Obaja. So it's nice having you join us today.
Thank you very much. Good morning, viewer. You're welcome.
You're welcome to the program, sir and ma. We are looking at handling disputes and disagreements in the family, ma. Layman's definition. Let's just look at what dispute and disagreement is all about.
Well, dispute is disagreement. when two parties are not agreeing on a particular issue. When there's a conflict between one person and another, or between group of persons and another group. So that's the simple
definition.
Yes, when people do not agree, when they disagree on issues.
All right, thank you very much, Masa. Do you have any contrary view to what you just said?
No, just to bring it down to the level of everyone. Dispute is I no agree. Kata kata in the family.
Which they
two persons or more just refuse to agree. So there is dispute.
Okay, so there is dispute. What causes this disagreement we are talking about?
I think
let's just mention some of the things that can lead to disagreements.
One is that it depends on the circumstance. Now, if it's a family, is it about family relations? Is it about husband and wife? But the most important thing is that if we do not have understanding, if we don't, one person do not understand the other, if it comes to husband and wife, we should always remember that a man and a wife are total strangers coming to meet together to form a home. And so there will always be disagreement. And even when they go further to have children that came in from the same uterus, fertilized by the same sperm, they are going to come out to have different arguments, whether they are same parents. Not to talk of when they are not related at all. So most important thing is understanding. The moment they don't understand themselves, when you do not communicate, when you are not ready to listen, when you get angry at any given point, when our tolerance level is very low, I don't want to listen to you, we're not patient to look at issues the way they are. We jump into things and jump into conclusion. When that happens, there's a problem.
When that happens, there is a problem, sir. Let's hear from you.
Thank you very much.
The causes, those things that will make us to say, I no agree, I no agree.
Just to add a little to what Honorable already said. One of them is pride. You know, pride could be from either of the spouses. You know, one feeling superior to the other. You don't want to come down to the level of the other person. It can cause dispute or disagreement in the family. Another one is lack of commitment. You know, some spouses, though they are married, one may not be committed to the relationship, and that could easily attract or cause dispute in the family. Another one is disobedient. Well, if we say disobedient, quickly many of us will just tend towards the female, because from our culture it's always assumed that it's a wife that should always obey, but it could be either way. because man and woman, that's husband and wife, are meant for each other. So it is, they complement one another. So if by chance one of them becomes disobedient, it could engender a dispute in the family. Then the other one is filthiness. One of the spouses could be loving a very clean environment, but the other one doesn't care. That could generate a dispute in the family. Even many things, even having children, like one will say we will have 2 children, another will say well, it's 5, and before you know it, it could cause it. So many things could cause dispute in the family, but because of our time, let me stop here.
Not because of our time. You have the whole time to talk about it, so let's continue. So it's all right. Let me now ask, what are the necessary steps that we need to take in resolving this dispute? You know, he mentioned something about a woman not keeping dirtiness.
Yes.
Not keeping the home front clean as a woman.
Yeah, you know, like I said, that understanding the environment, understanding the person you're dealing with is very critical. So, for example, I'm into in my marriage, and the first thing I should do as a woman is to have a very good understanding about the man I'm married to, and then to know at what point to apply whatever action, to take action. If my husband, of course, as a woman, it is very compulsory that you must have a decent place.
Yes.
Because when you have a good environment, everybody is happy. If the home is dirty, nobody is happy. And because people come into your place anytime, no man will ever be happy that his home is not. And if we have a good understanding, when the woman does play all her role in the home, the husband on the other side too, both of them work together, participate in keeping of the home.
Yes.
You find that the home is in order. But the question you're asking now also depends on the upbringing of either of them. If the woman has a good upbringing, nobody will tell her that this home must be in order.
Yes.
And if the man has a good upbringing, where the tolerance level is where you can take time to communicate and say, do it this way. For example, some men that have lazy wives who cannot put their home in order, you see that those men, because they were properly brought up, they will all the time make sure that the living room is clean. They do it. They go out of their way to do it. Now, a reasonable woman who sees the husband always doing that, because of course that one is a very understanding husband who doesn't want to make trouble. If he does that all the time, the reasonable woman should know that this is what my husband likes. This place must be clean 24 hours, even if there is no food. Let him come in, because your parents
feel welcome.
Exactly. You don't come into a home that is dirty. No man will like it. So that is the issue that is on ground. Parenting. How were we brought up?
That's it.
Did our parents, did they do well to bring us up? Were we prepared to make other homes? Or we are just prepared to sit at home and be big men's children and depend on house help to grow?
Do everything.
Yes. So it depends on where you're coming from. Okay. When you come from a good home, when your father or mother can even walk into your marital home and see your place dirty and give you a dirty slap. Yes, my mother will walk into your house and say, what is this? And give you a dirty slap.
Nonsense.
Not nonsense. You don't have to depend on house help. So we have a lot of roles, critical roles to play as women. And reasonable men also put their hands to make sure they support us. They become our support system in different things that we do in our home.
All right, thank you very much, Honorable There. You mentioned one key thing that struck me as a pastor. She mentioned upbringing. Where did we get it wrong? As parents, I want you to talk on that.
Thank you very much. Actually, there's nothing happening in this life that cannot be found in the scriptures. That is why Proverbs 22:6 says, train up a child in the way he should go, so that when he's of age, he will not depart from it. That is the beginning of the training of a child. And like Honorable said, many parents dump their rules because of pecuniary gains, because of worldly things. The father is working, mother is working, nobody is looking out for the home front. And children, you know, there is this tendency to always tend towards the negative. And usually the society, because of the structure, is almost negative in everything, except you make concerted efforts to put in positivity in the system. And so they copy what they see, and they grow with it. And so parenting is very important, like the Honorable said, that every man, every woman who is actually ready to raise a family should be committed and ensure that there is time. Just like one of our speakers said, she made out time to ensure that if I'm going to have children, let me give them time before I go out. That's good parenting. That is because she bothers and cares that when I go out, even if when I'm not there, I am sure that my children will behave normally. They'll be good people. And so upbringing matters a lot. Now, to answer your question in terms of how do you resolve disputes
in the house,
we have all established we cannot avoid it. In fact, sometimes in every home, every day is dispute. But what matters is how do you resolve it? How do you handle it? You hear some people say, I don't know why you do your family. My family is not like that. You are living in peace with your wife. It's not true. The truth is that either the couple have learned to manage themselves. It's not a sense of dispute in the family. Whereas the other ones, either because of pride or lack of knowledge or ignorance, they want to
show that I'm the boss.
Yes.
Whether the woman or the man.
So when resolving issues, number one thing to do is to stay calm. You know, when you are calm, you are able to talk cohesively. And the other, you are listening and think well. And the other partner or partners, depending on the persons involved, will also be able to hear you out. And when they see that you are well composed, you are focused, and you go straight to the point, they too will also copy from you. Don't be antagonistic. Then the other one is listening attentively and actively too. You know, there's one of the things that actually cause disputes that I'm failing in that, but sometimes I share the blame to my wife also, because for me, if I want to talk to her, I look at her mood and you know when to talk and when not to talk.
It's because you're observant.
But my wife will come if something is in her head.
She
if you are sleeping,
wake up.
Sometimes to avoid this truth, I pretend that I'm listening, but of it I'm not listening. You know, so we should be. Sorry.
No problem.
No, we need to listen attentively and actively, and there should be eye contact, because that tells you that the person you are talking to is actually listening to you, and it helps to resolve issues. Because if either of the spouses discovers that you are not attentive, you know, the person will feel let down. So I am too small for you to. Another dispute will enter the already
existing one.
You know, so another one is focus on the issue. You know, some of us, when we try and claim to resolve issues, instead of focusing on what the matter is, we begin to deal with individuals, attack persons. That will cause more problem in the family, in the society, not anywhere. So when resolving issue, make sure that you stay focused. Even if you see a weakness on the either the man or the woman, but that has nothing to do with what you're talking about, as at least at that time. Don't bring that in. Otherwise, you discover that sometimes when you attack individual, you are going to leave out the main issue and focus on irrelevancies. In the end, the dispute will become worse. You have not achieved anything.
Yes.
Then the other one is be clear. You know, when you are discussing, let your discussion. This one is in line with being focused.
Okay.
Go straight to the point. Stop beating about the bush. You know, some people when they want to talk, they just start going round and round. Sometimes you be the one that tell me what you want to tell me now. That will even cause more problems instead of resolving the matter. Then the other one is picking the right time. Like the example I gave you, you know, any person that really wants to resolve issue should mind the time. I cannot say because it's in my mind to resolve the issue I have with you, then I come to impose it on you without regard to your condition, your position. I was discussing with my wife yesterday when we were talking about two friends that were calling in the office. I said, what was the problem? He said one phone, the other one, you know, jokingly, as lady gave, and that he said, I just told her, I have been calling you. Then I say, you dey craze. Just like that, what they used to play. But because she didn't understand the mood of the other lady, that was packed off and started throwing abuses, you know. And so when they met physically, it was still another war. Because I told her, that is one thing people should know about the other fellow human being. When you talk to a friend, even if you have been with the person for years, and he or she reacts somehow, calm down. Because you don't know what that person is passing through. You don't know what he or she may have met along the way. You know, so that is a part of it. Then the other one is maintain respect.
Okay.
Respect one another. In resolving issues, don't, like the man, don't impose it on your wife, even on your children. Because as they are growing, they are becoming mature, they are becoming more independent.
Yes.
It will no longer be like I used to tell my son now, you know, that time if someone look for his trouble when he was small, he will just come, Daddy, this way. I said, don't worry, I'll beat him. He will jump up and go outside and start playing with them. Without minding if the person will even beat me. He believed. Yes. But now I can't tell him that. He will just look at this one. That is life. So we need to respect one another, whether it's your daughter, your son, your spouse, or a colleague, or whoever. We should be able to respect one another.
Okay, let me just pause you here.
Right.
Thank you very much for your insight. Yes, you have time to talk, but just pause here now.
All right.
Let me find out from Honorable Ma. Are there laws guiding dispute resolution?
Well, there are laws.
Okay. First, we have so many laws.
Okay.
Even our constitution.
Okay. Let's hear the one that concerns us now as a family, whether extended family or nuclear family.
The first law that we have,
yes,
the natural law that we have, the Bible is there to guide the family, because it was God that instituted family, and He told us the role. He gave us our role at the beginning in Genesis. He created man. And when he found out that man cannot be on his own, that he needed a helper, he made the woman. And then at the end of the day, I think in Genesis 2, he brought the two of them together and said that the man has gone to meet with the woman and then have become one. As a family,
yes.
The two of them have become one. And then he also gave them rules to go into the world and multiply. And then further in the New Testament, he gave us the Ten Commandments. We had the Ten Commandments where we to set boundaries. Yes. And then in the New Testament, he said he told the man categorically, very clear, there was no ambiguity, what role he has to play. He must make sure that he loves his wife, and also women will also have to be submissive
and then he has to love us and our children. Now, that is a law that is even more important than any other law. Because when a man and woman are quarreling, for example, there's a matter I'm handling now where you will say, oh, I have gone to the police station to report my husband. The moment that happens, the home is already turning upside down. So the most important thing, I do not want to look at what law provides. I want to look at the institution, the family institution, the family that God instituted, and the rules and our boundaries. And when we do that, there's no need to go and get the police involved in my family. And there was a matter, somebody sent me a message and said, oh, that he was in court that day. I looked at the WhatsApp message, I said that the person had gone to court as a lawyer, who had also gone for a divorce case. And then when he came into the court, out of 28 cases, 24 cases are divorce cases.
Wow.
And when I saw it, I was in fact, I became very weak. Now, when we follow those rules, the law as it were, you find that if we maintain our boundary and then be able to carry out our own, the roles that we're supposed to carry out, and then be tolerant. When I started, I talked about being tolerant.
Yes.
Tolerance is a very critical issue in any relationship,
whether
it's in the home, whether it's in the larger society. Tolerance is very, very critical. If we don't have that, you raise so many issues here where there is a matter. I need to know what is in the other person's mind, what is going on with the other person, and the time to balance everything. You must know. You don't just jump into issues. So if we begin to say what are the laws, we are trying to disorganize the family the more. So I'm not going to talk about the laws. I'm going to talk about the family that God made and how God has asked us to live, and see the places where we have erred. And we have identified here that the parenting has failed. So if parenting has failed, where did it start from? What generation? Because I know that the generation of my own parents, they gave us good values. Where I was properly brought up. And there are certain things I cannot do. Because even my father, now that has been planted over 12 years, will not accept it. And I will not say because my father has fallen asleep and then go and do those things. He will not, because those things were not handed over to me. So you find that it has become an issue. When you live that type of life, generations that we hear now, when you live that type, it becomes an issue. They feel that you're doing the wrong thing. They feel that you are a very difficult person. But I know that I'm not difficult. I know that I have to follow the rules. I know that these are things I ought to do, and I have to do them. And if I do it, there won't be problem. So these are the issues. I think that's where we should focus. How do we handle our families? What are the men doing? What are our mothers doing? How did we come to where we are? Why are our children on the streets? Why are our young people on the streets? One, because he raised the issue that men and women are going out pursuing money. All of us are pursuing money, but God did not say that it is money first before the family. For me, even if I'm very busy, it will not stop me from working in my home. No matter what position God will give me in life, I will make sure I take care of my home
first.
It will not stop me from cooking. Some people will think that it must be the steward or the cook that will do all the cooking. Those were not things that we met. I met a home where my mother will sometimes my food and my father also cook for us. My father also had time to cook for us over the weekend. When we were children, I used to think that it's my father that was the best cook. Because when he finished cooking, he will cut onions and put in the food. And we say, Mama doesn't do like that. Because we met them cooking for us. So now, this generation, they feel that the man cannot cook. It's only the woman that will cook. I grew up where you wake up in the morning as an only daughter with 5 brothers. You must polish the shoe, my father's shoe. You must polish it. You have to iron. I grew up in a family where even as young as we were, my father would call us for a meeting. We had monthly meetings growing up. My younger brothers who were very small, like they don't even know what we are discussing, but we will have a meeting. The month my father passed on the 23rd of April 2013, we had our first meeting on the 6th of April 2013. So our family is meeting. That's the question. Are we raising issues? Do we bother to find out what is going on? Do we talk to ourselves? Is there a communication gap? Do we listen?
Communication, very, very
yes.
important.
Is there a communication gap? Do you understand the people in your home? Do you understand your wife very well? Do you understand your children? If you have 4 children, do you know who your children are? Or they come in and show you what you want to be and what you want them to see? Because I was talking to young ladies and some people last week, and I said to them that even as they are now adults, young adults, their parents do not even know them. And they agreed that they only showed their father and mother what they wanted to see. So as parents, have you taken your time to know that that's your child that looks like a saint is in a cult? Have you bothered to find out that that's your child that looks like a saint, sleeps in hotels with people and comes home and it behaves like a saint? Have you bothered to find out who your children are? These are things we have lost. So going to look at law and what the position of the law is scattering the family the more. Let us see how we can look inwards. See the role we have not played, all the errors and mistakes we have made, and see how we can put them together.
All right, thank you very much, Honorable. Hi. This issue is very, very interesting. Do you agree with me?
Very,
very, very interesting. Please, let's retrace our step if we are not there yet. Disagreement in the home is nothing anybody wish for. You are in the office, and when it's time for you to go home, your mind will start skipping. Sir, if we did not resolve all this in the home, what are the effects to the family, to the society at large?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
I once worked with a boss that we close from the office by 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. But I discovered that this man wouldn't get to his house until 11 p.m. And it was later along the line that I discovered that himself and the wife were not
in good terms.
So he used to just go home to sleep as early as possible. He gets to the office before every other person. So home was a war front for him.
It was hell.
So there was a day I went to his house. I saw the one they call the anteroom, the parlor, and I didn't know when he came out. I saw that if I have this kind of house, I will never step out. It was so beautiful. He said, "What do you mean?"
It was a war zone for somebody else.
Because me, I like staying at home. Because it's always peaceful at home. So, like Honorable said, all said and done, we are humans. We cannot do without disputes.
That's it.
But the ability to come together and agree, as people will put it, disagree to agree. That is what matters. We have already, by way during the discussion, outlined some of the issues, and that will also point out how to handle some of them.
Okay, as we round up the program now, just a word of advice.
All right. Thank you very much. My advice to the family, because we're actually dealing with the homes, is to ensure that there is understanding. And for those who are about getting into marriage, please think about compatibility. Think about God before going into relationship. Because most of the problem we have starts from the beginning of the relationship. If you're able to know you are the right partner, then understanding will not be a problem. the fear of God will not be a problem. And in the end, you build a wonderful home.
Okay. And in the end, you build a wonderful home. Don't go into marriage because your friends are getting married and you just want to rush into marriage. You rush in, you rush out. That's just it. No two ways about it, man. Your word of advice as we round up the program now.
Well, because God established the family, I think the first thing we have to do is to surrender our families to God. If you have a proper relationship with God, you'll be able to have, your level of tolerance will be very high, so that at every given point, your relationship with God will manifest in your family. So that no matter how bad the condition is, there's always a way out. So it's our duty to protect our home, no matter how bad it is. And then for the women, the ability to manage the crisis around us will give us a home. And if we have the worst situation, yes, I know that you can separate, but always remember that the family is our bank account. If you don't have a family, you are finished. So the only bank account we have is our family. So no matter how bad it is, always remember this. Take it wherever you go. That your family is your bank.
Family matters. Thank you very much, Honorable, for finding time to be here this morning and for your insight this day.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much, Pastor Sam Omwaja, for finding time to be here also this morning.
Thank you
for the words of wisdom. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, my wonderful viewer, we're going to take a very short break. And what's that break? We will bring you the health tips. We are going to the health segment next, after which we'll come back and round up the program proper. Stay tuned.
A migraine is a strong and often disabling type of headache. It usually causes a throbbing pain on one side of the head and can last for hours or even days. Along with the pain, people may feel sick, vomit, or become very sensitive to light, sound, or smells. Some people get warning signs before a migraine starts. These can include seeing flashing lights, blurry vision, or feeling numbness in the face or hands. Triggers like stress, certain foods, lack of sleep, or changes in weather can bring on a migraine. Migraines affect millions of people, and they are more common in women. They can make it hard to go to work, school, or do daily activities. Living with frequent migraines can also affect a person's mood and mental health. While there is no cure, migraines can often be managed. Doctors may recommend medications, rest, healthy sleep habits, and avoiding known triggers. It's important to understand that migraines are a real medical condition, not just a regular headache.
Alright, we will take the market survey yet. Looking at bed sheets. Happy weekend, Deltans. Looking to give your bedroom a fresh new look? Whether it's for comfort, style, or a special occasion, we've got the latest update on bedsheet prices in Asaba, plus some interesting insights. Bed sheets come in variety of styles, patterned or plain. The price of a bed sheet in Asaba varies depending on size and design. If you are shopping on a budget, try bargaining in open markets rather than supermarkets. Also, don't forget to inspect the stitching and corner stretch, especially for fitted sheets. Those small details make a big difference in durability. Whether you are refreshing your room or shopping for your guest house, there is a wide range of bedsheet options for every budget in Asaba. Sleep in style, sleep in comfort, and enjoy your weekend.
Okay, sports segment is next.
On Sports Update today, the Super Falcons of Nigeria has listed its 24 players for the Morocco Women African Cup of Nations. It played its international friendly match against Portugal and it ended in a draw and will play its second game before the tournament kicks off against Ghana. Nigerian sprinter Favour Ofili has filed an application to switch allegiance to Turkey as her 31st May 2025. It was reported that her decision was motivated by the years of neglect and ill treatment at the hands of the Athletic Federation of Nigeria. Super Eagles forward Moses Simon has agreed on a 3-year contract with Paris FC. This contract is expected to last till 2028. Team Nigeria has secured its position to participate in the 2026 World Championship after becoming the first ever International Federation of American Football (IFAF) African Flag Football Championship in both men and women's category.
Okay, every good thing that has a beginning must surely have an end. This is where we draw the curtain on today's edition of your favorite program, The Saturday Show. I believe that you've learned one or two things from our discussion this morning with Honorable Bridget Anyafulu and Pastor Sam Obaja. Please, your home, the way, this popular saying that says, the way you make your bed, so you lie on it. Please, put your home in order. Know what your children do from time to time and be respectful. Every other person will respect you in return. Thank you for finding time to watch this program this day. Go out and have a productive weekend. I am Iche Unyeji. On behalf of the hard-working crew, it's a wrap for today. Bye for now.